Steve Yzerman is known as one of the greatest to ever play the game on ice. The title, the captain, highlights his significant impact on hockey. His name is synonymous with leadership, skill, and a legacy of excellence. But just how good was Steve Yzerman actually? Ice hockey has seen many legends, but few have left a mark on the sport like Steve Yzerman. Let's get into what made him unique and uncover the brilliance behind his remarkable career. Born on May 9, 1965 in Cranbrook, British Columbia, Steve Yzerman is the son of Gene and Ronald Yzerman. He started skating at the age of 3, but he was still too little to join organized hockey with his older brother, Mike. It wasn't until he was 5 that he finally got to play on a team. At that point, he wasn't the best skater yet. In fact, his very first goal was quite a memorable moment. He ended up falling right in front of the opponent's net, and while he was down, an opposing defenseman actually redirected the puck off of one of Yzerman's teammates. They gave him credit for the goal, since he was the last player to touch the puck. It was a pretty modest start for someone who would eventually become an ice hockey legend. As a child, he tried various sports, but when he was 10 years old and moved to Nepean, Ontario, just outside of Ottawa, he concentrated mainly on hockey. And you know what? By the age of 12, he was part of a team that won a Pee Wee championship. When he turned 14, he joined the Nepean Raiders, a Junior A Tier 2 team in the Central Junior Hockey League, where players could be as old as 20. That season, he had a standout year, winning 2 awards. He was named the league's Rookie of the Year, an outstanding midget, and he also earned a spot as a first-team All-Star center. In 1981, when Steve Yzerman was only 16, he was picked up by the Peterborough Petes in the Ontario Hockey League. During his 2 seasons with the Petes, he played 114 games and racked up 155 points. While those stats might not have been jaw-dropping for a young player back then, they really highlighted his ability to play both offense and defense, something that would become a key part of his style in the NHL later on. In 1983, when Steve Yzerman was eligible for the NHL draft, Detroit wasn't exactly known as Hockey Town. The arena was often half empty, and the team had a hard time selling tickets. The Red Wings hadn't been very successful. They'd only made the playoffs twice in the previous 17 years. And what was more shocking is that a lot of people called them the Dead Wings. But then, Mike and Mariana Litch of Little Caesars Pizza fame bought the team in the summer of 1982. They were ready to turn things around. Drafting a player in 1983 was a fundamental first move in getting the Red Wings back on track and respected again. The Red Wings didn't have Steve Yzerman at the top of their draft wish list. The honor went to Pat LaFontaine, a center from Detroit, whom the team believed having him on the team would get fans excited and boost ticket sales. However, when the New York Islanders picked up LaFontaine 3rd overall, the Red Wings had to adjust and chose Yzerman 4th instead. So Yzerman made his NHL debut on October 5th, 1983, in a game against the Winnipeg Jets. Even though the Red Wings lost, Yzerman had a great first game, scoring a goal and an assist. He went on to have an incredible rookie season, scoring 39 goals and 87 points. He was selected for the NHL All-Rookie team, but narrowly lost the Calder Trophy for the Rookie of the Year to goalie Tom Barrasso, finishing in 2nd place. The next 2 seasons were a real mix of highs and lows for Yzerman. In the 1985 and 86 season, he suffered a serious injury, a broken collarbone, that forced him to miss a significant part of the season, playing only 59 games. However, the following year, in 1986 and 87, he achieved a major milestone by becoming the youngest captain in the history of the Red Wings at just 21 years old. He led the team to the Campbell Conference Final, but they were defeated by the Edmonton Oilers, who went on to win the Stanley Cup that year. In the next 6 seasons with the Red Wings, Yzerman had some incredible personal stats, though the team didn't have much playoff success. From 1987-88 to 1992-93 seasons, he scored over 100 points each year, including a standout 65 goals and 155 points in the 1988-89 season. During this time, he scored 331 goals and 732 points in 466 games. On October 21st, 1993, Yzerman was hit into the boards by Thomas Steen, causing a herniated disc that kept him out for 26 games and required surgery. But you know what? He didn't give up and came back 2 months earlier than expected, scoring 82 points in 58 games and leading the Red Wings in scoring. After the season, Yzerman had a second surgery to fix neck and back pain from the hit by Thomas Steen. While he hoped to return to form, he realized he wasn't the same player when the next season began. Meanwhile, Coach Scotty Bowman was implementing a new defensive strategy called the left wing lock, which involved one forward staying back to support the defense. When Yzerman arrived at training camp, he knew that adopting this system would mean sacrificing his personal stats for the team's success. True to his team-first mentality, he accepted the challenge, inspiring his teammates to do the same as they all aimed for the Stanley Cup. So in 1993, Coach Scott Bowman played a key role in improving Steve Yzerman's defensive skills. By 1995, Yzerman's impressive overall performance helped the Red Wings reach the Stanley Cup final for the first time in almost 30 years. Although they lost to the New Jersey Devils, but the Red Wings were back in the finals in 1997, and this time they got the job done, defeating the Philadelphia Flyers to win the Stanley Cup. They did it again the very next year in 1998, and Yzerman was named the playoff MVP, taking home the Conn Smythe Trophy. With Yzerman as captain, the Red Wings became one of the most dominant teams in the NHL. They won the President's Trophy, given to the team with the most points in the regular season in 2002, 2004, and 2006. In 2000, Steve Yzerman won the Frank J. Selke Trophy for being the best defensive forward. Then in 2002, he played a key role in helping the Red Wings beat the Carolina Hurricanes to win their 10th Stanley Cup. That same year, he also helped Canada win gold at the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. Unfortunately, injuries started to affect his playtime in his later years, and he retired after the 2005-2006 season. But then, he had scored 692 goals and accumulated 1,755 points in the regular season. After retiring as a player, Steve Yzerman's leadership skills and hockey smarts were put to the test in the front office. The Red Wings brought him on as vice president, and in 2008, he helped guide them to another Stanley Cup championship. Yzerman also took on some high-profile roles with Hockey Canada. He served as a GM for the Canada national team at the 2007 and 2008 World Championships, winning gold in 2007 and silver in 2008. Also in 2008, Steve Yzerman got a really cool honor when he was inducted into the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame. That was a special moment for him. But then in 2009, he got an even bigger honor when it was announced he would be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. That's the biggest individual honor one can receive in hockey. Yzerman got inducted during the big Hall of Fame weekend in November. And it was really special because he went on alongside some of his best friends and former Red Wings teammates like Brett Hull and Luc Robitaille. In one of the interviews, Yzerman said, "It is a tremendous honor to receive this news. I want to thank the selection committee for recognizing my contributions. I truly had chills down my spine when I got the news." Then in 2010, he was named executive director of the Canadian Olympic hockey team. Under his leadership, Canada won gold medals at the 2010 Vancouver Olympics and at the 2014 Sochi Olympics. After the second goal in Sochi, Yzerman stepped down from his position with the national team, but he wasn't done making an impact. In May of 2010, Yzerman left the Red Wings to become the general manager of the Tampa Bay Lightning, and he really hit the ground running. He worked hard to turn the Lightning into a top team in the NHL. During his time there, the team made it to the conference finals 4 times in 8 seasons, and even reached the Stanley Cup finals in 2015. Then in September 2018, Yzerman surprised everyone by stepping down from his GM position. But he didn't leave the Lightning completely. He stayed on as an advisor. But in 2019, he made a big comeback by returning to the Detroit Red Wings as their executive vice president and general manager. This was a fundamental time for the Red Wings since they had missed the playoffs for 3 straight years. It's clear that his impact on the game comes beyond just playing. He's been a game changer in management too. He is married to Lisa Brennan, and they have 3 beautiful daughters together. Steve Yzerman's career stands out for its incredible skill, leadership, and dedication. From winning multiple Stanley Cups to shaping future champions, his impact on hockey is profound. His legacy endures, inspiring players and fans with his commitment to excellence, both on and off the ice. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great content. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.